Hello, my name is Elmer Moore, and I'm the project team lead for Scale Up Milwaukee. And we're here today with another exciting guest doing a Google Hangout. Mo, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Maurice Cheeks. I'm the director of the Wisconsin Innovation Network over at the Wisconsin Technology Council.
So the first easy question is, what is the Wisconsin Innovation Network?
So WIN is a program of the Wisconsin Technology Council. The Tech Council was created in 2001, actually by state mandate. So we're a nonpartisan nonprofit established to serve as advisory to the governor and state legislature on how to advance a high-tech economy. One of the ways that we execute on that mission is by maintaining a statewide membership organization. That's the Wisconsin Innovation Network. So that's what I work on. So I have the privilege of working with entrepreneurs and business leaders, researchers, investors, all throughout the state of Wisconsin.
Excellent. So what do you all do that's going to be really helpful to growing businesses?
So we do a bunch of things. Appreciate the open question. So in addition to hosting the events that we do throughout the state, so we have chapters in Madison, Milwaukee, Fox Valley, Lake Superior, and for that matter throughout the state, where we bring smart people together to talk about interesting things. That's the one sentence. We bring people together to foster the growth of the high-tech industry. So we'll have speakers from the investment scene. We'll have speakers such as Scale Up Milwaukee. You guys are obviously speaking at our next event on July 9th in Milwaukee. And then in addition to the events and the membership organization through WIN, we also host huge conferences in Wisconsin, the Entrepreneurs Conference and the Early Stage Symposium, again, where we're focused on helping entrepreneurs launch, grow, and succeed.
So you said the right word. That middle word is the one that we concentrate on here. It's growth. And I'm excited that we are going to collaborate on an event on July 9th. Care to give us a few more details from your perspective?
So we're really excited. This is actually the third time that we've had the opportunity to work Scale Up Milwaukee into our programming. It's an honor for me to be able to serve on the advisory committee to the steering committee for Scale Up Milwaukee. But we did an event probably September or so, where we brought in some of the service providers, some of the organizations that are doing work on forming partnerships and growing businesses in Milwaukee. So we had Scale Up, Greater Milwaukee, GMC. We had BizStarts and 96 Square all talking about that. We also we're very grateful for the fact that Scale Up spoke at the Entrepreneurs Conference. We had a session specifically on growing your business, which is distinct from starting a business. So at this next event on July 9th, we're really excited that Dan is going to speak a little bit about really what it takes to grow, to take a technology company and help it to grow. Dan's a practitioner at this and has a lot of experience and expertise, and so it's an honor for us.
So as you know, Dan Eisenberg is the founder of Scale Up Milwaukee, and he's got a great grasp from his experience as an entrepreneur and a practitioner of growth strategies and so on. And he's going to focus on growing those technology ventures because that growth plays a significant role in actually changing this region, growing this entire region. So I'd love to hear from your perspective, Maurice. What's the most important thing that businesses, venture businesses, or businesses of any kind can do to make sure that they're growing?
I think the most important thing is want to grow, to have the ambition and the desire and the laser focus on not just starting, not just existing, not just employing people, but growing their company for the betterment of their employees, for their potential stockholders, for the community, right? I think seldom do organizations grow on accident. And when they do it, it can sometimes be scary, right? I think the most important thing that a business can do to grow is to say that out loud, to become determined and ambitious about the concept of being a growing business, not just being a startup company. And that's something that we're really excited to be able to bring to our audience. And we have, with these events that we host, we bring in a wide variety of business leaders and entrepreneurs and investors, and I think it's going to be impactful, for them to hear not just about entrepreneurship, not just about investment. We have a lot of we have a ton of events where we have a successful entrepreneur come in and talk about some of the success that they've had, or we have an investor come in and talk about some of their priorities, and we have industry leaders. We have institutional leaders like chancellors from UW-Milwaukee or UW-Madison come in and speak about partnerships. And all of that's really important, and our audience is diverse, and they get a lot of benefit from that. But as it relates to growth, a focused message, I think, is going to be really awesome.
So if I heard you right, and I'm confident that I did, the ambition to grow dynamically, quickly, and to grow huge is a huge factor that differentiates successful growing businesses from others. Is that correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm excited to hear you say that. So we're going to show up July 9. We're going to talk to a huge audience of technology businesses and others who are invested in achieving rapid, sustainable, and profitable growth. Are you excited about that day?
Of course, I'm excited about all of our events, but I'm always looking forward to getting a chance to bring the message of scale up in front of more people.
I'd love to hear you say it. So, Maurice, what are we going to do to make this growth message infectious? What do we do to make this often modest region in the middle of the country, this manufacturing region? What are we going to do to make this region really obsessed with growth?
I think enthusiasm begets enthusiasm, right? And so to have yourself and Dan and others be able to come out and speak to the success that we're currently having, that Scale Up is currently assisting businesses with doing, I think it's going to raise some eyebrows, and it's going to increase some enthusiasm. And so, one of the things that we really love working on at the Tech Council is being able to bring together business leaders and entrepreneurs and people that are committed to the growth of the high tech space in Wisconsin, kind of no matter where they're at. We love being able to play a role in that, and I think this is a perfect topic for us, because there's a ton of enthusiasm right now across the state and specifically in Milwaukee about sort of taking our efforts to the next level, about growing. And so this is perfectly in line with our mission.
I love it. You're almost talking about growth inception, where we're scaling the message about scaling. It's fantastic. So let's keep this quick. I want to make sure that we don't take up too much time, but any final thoughts, any last messages that you'd love to communicate to our audience?
Yeah, so our events in Milwaukee, I know that we have a Milwaukee sort of focused audience. Our events in Milwaukee are at the UWM Innovation Accelerator Campus, which is in Wauwatosa. Check out our website, Wisconsin Technology Council, to see when those are. But I think we just had a really successful entrepreneurs conference where you guys spoke, and like I said, the 3 tracks were launch, grow, succeed. And I was so pleased to hear that one of the finalists of the Governor's Business Plan competition wrote us a note 2 days later, maybe a week later, and said that the doors that were being opened for them for growth have been really significant since their presentation and involvement in the Governor's Business Plan competition and Entrepreneurs Conference. And that's the sort of thing, that's why we wake up every day, is to be able to open those doors and being able to bring experts like yourself to our enormous audience, both in Milwaukee and elsewhere throughout the state, is is exactly what we're excited to be able to do, and I thank you for your participation.
You are welcome, and in fact, I want to thank you for speaking with us today. I'm excited to connect with you soon, July 9, at the Wisconsin Innovation Network conference or meeting.
Yeah,
it's gotta make sure I get that right.
4:30. At the UWM Innovation Accelerator campus.
Excellent, and we're going to talk about scaling technology ventures. It's going to be great. We all know that growth is the most important asset that we can all achieve, and in fact, I always like to remind people that growth is both infinitely available and it's a contagious sort of factor for companies. So, Maurice Cheeks.
Say that again, Amr. So, what do you mean when you say that it's infinitely available?
I mean to say that as we talk about, a closed economy, it's really a description of a system with finite resources. But interestingly, growth is an infinite resource. It's not scarce. And despite the fact that it is available at an infinite level, it's still extraordinarily valuable. It's probably the most valuable asset that we can bring to any economy. And while being available, it's contagious. So what we're seeing is a company growing in the middle of a block will have extraordinary and powerful impact for a company growing on the corner. And to the degree that we can proliferate the message, the opportunity, and the ambition to scale up, it will grow and it will accelerate. So we're growing the growth message, and we're seeing that manifest in revenue, in profit, in employment, and in aspirations.
So by growing, by companies growing, by us growing our own in Wisconsin, we're literally growing the pie. We're growing the amount of resources that are available to the state.
That's absolutely correct. It's a win-win for everyone, pun intended. Maurice, thanks so much for speaking with us today. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you.
And thank you, audience, for tuning in to a Scale Up Milwaukee Google Hangout.